Hi, this is Judy, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a subject that a lot of people wonder about. This is actually the first part. There's two parts to this one. This is called What is a Soulmate? Part 1. There are a couple of different kinds of soulmates, and I've already talked about spiritual partners, which sometimes people confuse with soulmates. So hopefully you've got to see that one and you kind of understand the difference. Well, you'll understand it better once you see these two, right? Before we get started though, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and maybe ringing that little notification bell. And at the end of this, if you feel like I never thought of it like that, that's so cool, or just thought, oh, that's interesting, how about giving me a nice like, okay? Thank you very much. So, a soulmate, again, there are two different kinds. I'm going to talk about the first one that a lot of people don't even realize is a soulmate. There are soulmates that are, the reason they're referred to as soulmates is because they have spent many lives together, and they have completely balanced any karma between them. So it could be a soul that you have had 100 lives with. And sometimes the relationship was kind of rocky, sometimes it was good, but in the long run, as you move through these lives together, you found that you now have balanced karma. There's nothing between you that needs to be balanced anymore. You know, nobody's a little bit meaner or nicer or whatever it may be, however you want to look at it. These two people, these two souls, recognize one another almost immediately in life, perhaps not knowing even that they are soulmates of that nature. But it's somebody in your life who you really, even if you've had an argument with here and there, it doesn't mean anything. You don't hold a grudge, you don't get angry, you don't feel hurt. You understand them and they understand you. You are there for each other. You are, you believe in one another. You are completely balanced and supportive of each other. And sometimes these kinds of soulmates are so close that they end up getting married, and that's fine. They can have a romantic relationship in the human body as well. But in most cases, they simply end up to be very close friends who depend on each other for pretty much everything. It's the one person you can go to and you can say anything, and they can give you good advice, and sometimes they can tell you something you don't want to hear, but you take it well because you know they understand you and you understand them in the same way. And it would be nice to think that we all have somebody like that in our lives, although there are some people that don't, the balance isn't there yet. That soul's out there. And in fact, let's be really honest, it's possible to have more than one of those kinds of relationships. As we move forward in this process, we're going to be finding balance with many more souls. So can you imagine how wonderful it would be just to have relationships like that in your life, even more than one, I don't know if we could handle more than one though, right? That would be a test of jealousy then, I suppose. But anyway, that's what one kind of soulmate is. It's simply a person whose soul is balanced completely with yours. And I just realized I'm really low down in the video. I should try to move the camera. I'll sit up a little bit, move forward. Oh, anyway, I don't know why that happened. I guess I must have moved my camera at some point. Anyway, I did look at myself, so that's all right. You saw the most important part, my face. I do have somebody like that in my life, and I have a very dear friend who also had somebody like that in his life, and it's a wonderful thing to have somebody you can count on who understands you 100%, and you understand them the same way. You don't have to have all the same beliefs. It's beyond that. It's complete, absolute comfort. Just safe and loved. Anyway, so that's soulmate number 1. There is another kind of soulmate that I'm going to talk about, in the next video probably. And at some point I'm going to have to explain where these soulmates came from. The other ones, we already know where these come from, right? The balance of the souls. But these other soulmates, they had a very interesting beginning. So we'll talk about them. Maybe I'll make that all one video, who knows. But anyway, I will see you again soon. And if you feel like you liked what I said, or you like the fact that you couldn't really see me very well, go ahead and hit a like. And I will be back very shortly. Thanks for listening.